so fierce. Ooh, so crazy. Hi, everybody, you're watching Honey Badger Wildlife News live. That's right, right here on YouTube. It's the only place to see it. And I'm your host, Randall, and I'm going to give you some amazing news reports. I tried to do so not long ago, and there were a lot of technical difficulties, so I'm starting all over again. And hello, Hector. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I greatly appreciate it. Again, folks, Honey Badgers, you're watching the Honey Badger Wildlife News Report live. That's right, right here. And need I say, there is a specific reason why the Eagles won over the Patriots, humans versus wildlife. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting at? The Eagles, a species that has really been battling. Thank you so much, Hector, for saying that. I really appreciate it. And I love you, and I love you. I love you for your support and for tuning in. Hello there, go away. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hong Kong, whether you know it or not, is a global hub. They make roughly $1 billion in the live reef food fish trade. Okay? However, a lot of it is unreported and unregulated, and there are some serious consequences for those vulnerable species, as well as a lot of other issues in terms of security and, whether or not the food is really appropriate to eat. Therefore, the Swire Institute of Marine Sciences at the University of Hong Kong, along with ADM Capital Foundation and the World Wildlife Federation Coral Triangle Program, has come up with a report called Going, Gone, the Trade in Live Reef Food Fish. Okay, and it says basically in this report that if they keep it up at this rate, a lot of these fish, these rare fish, are just going to go extinct. Now, live seafood is a big part of the culinary arts in parts of China, especially southern China. And a lot of these fish come from the southeastern Asian seas. And they serve them up at big banquets and weddings and birthday parties and things like this. And it's a sign of wealth. It's a sign that you're rich if you have this crazy fish. But the problem is, it's like you're trading them and you're buying them illegally. And Dr. Jeffrey Muldoon, the senior manager with the World Wildlife Federation's Coral Triangle program, who co authored this report, said the real value of the trade, however, is unknown since much of it is traded illegally on the black market. Crazy. It's absolutely cray cray. Whew. In other news, I'm going to tell you now about the Atlantic Forest. Do any of you folks watching, tuning in right now, know about the Atlantic Forest? It is the second most biodiverse forest system in South America, after, of course, the Amazon. Now, the Atlantic Forest, it is so cray cray. It is cray cray, Skull Monkey 13. Now, listen, the Atlantic Forest used to cover about 450,000 square miles, okay, of land, of habitat. And at one point, everyone was really happy and all the animals flourished and everyone had a fabulous time. Do you know how much land is there now as of February 2018? So, from the roughly 450,000 square miles, they now have about 8 to 12% of that land left. Now, as you may or may not know, deforestation is basically killing off a lot of species and plant life and a whole lot of things. I mean, it's just crazy. They knock down the trees, they rip up the plants and everything else. And habitat loss is the big reason for extinction in a lot of animal species. So, a lot of scientists got worried and 96 of them put together a big paper, a big study. And these 96 scientists put together a study uh, where they listed all the traits and all the information that they had on roughly 39,850 individuals from 279 different mammal species and 388 separate populations. Now let's just imagine that 96 scientists wrote a study, okay, this paper, on 39,850 individuals from 279 different species. And they wrote about everything, their tail length, how they screw around and how they reproduce and have babies, their body mass, things like this, what they like to eat. And the paper was published in Ecology. I encourage everyone to check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. The Atlantic forest really needs our help. It's absolutely cray cray. Ooh, I just can't believe it. So much land just taken away. It's unbelievable. In other news, now this is really nuts. A study found that the more humans take away land from other mammals and other species, the less they move. The less they move. Okay, so bear with me. Around 50 to 70% of our planet's land surface is occupied by us humans. Imagine that. Okay, so the more that we take over the earth, the less mammals living in human dominated habitats move, the less they move. So these animals and other mammals move 2 to 3 times less far than their counterparts in areas untouched by humans. Is that my... Well, I don't... Yeah, kind of. I guess you can say that, go away, if it's my job. I have a lot of different jobs. I have my paws in a lot of different cookie jars, so to speak. But back to the study. So they did this study, okay? And globally, from the African forest elephants to the white-tailed antelope squirrels in North America, it is crazy. These mammals and these animals are moving 2 to 3 times less far than their counterparts in areas untouched by humans. So, this study, which is led by climate in Germany, and this study is honestly the first of its kind. The first of its kind to log mammals' behaviors and the ways they move. This is absolutely cray cray. Now, in the study, they say that 100 researchers provided information on 803 individual mammals, representing approximately 57 species in total. Okay? So some species, like mice, they're fine. They're fine with less room. If you're a mouse and humans come and they take a lot of your space, you're like, fine, I don't care. Just give me some cheese. Just give me some cheese and I'll run up a clock. Who gives a shit? But if you're an elephant, it's just no good. It's just no good. You can't live with so many humans. Right? Elephants need space. What else needs space? Lions. Okay? Lions need to roam. They need to run after an antelope. They need to... Tigers, they need to sprint. Bears, they need a lot of space. And it's just hard to do when you share so much space with us humans. Now, Marlee Tucker says, quote, "It is important that animals move because in moving, they carry out important ecological functions like transporting nutrients and seeds between different areas. Additionally, mammalian movements bring different species together and thus allow for interactions in food webs that might otherwise not occur. If mammals move less than they could, if mammals move less, this could alter any of these ecosystem functions." See what I'm saying? And that's Marley Tucker, the author of this study. And it's true. I mean, that all goes along with deforestation and just kind of taking over. I mean, the human being's footprint is absolutely phenomenal. It's like Godzilla size. We just take up so much space. And, parking lots here, highways there, skyscrapers over there. And meanwhile, the kangaroos are hopping around like, what the shimmy? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Because when you take away the lands, then it becomes nearly impossible for these animals to sustain life when they also lose their sources of food. Okay, so some news about Sasquatch. Sasquatch was recently seen over in Ohio. Sasquatch was in Ohio in a big forest with Elvis Presley, and the two of them were just snacking away on hot dogs and bacon. I mean, hot dogs wrapped in bacon. That's right, no buns. No buns. Yeah, our civilization is extremely cray-cray. Unsustainable, that remains to be seen, but, well, the thing is, human beings, Homo sapiens, need wildlife. That's the thing. We just do. So, whenever, how can I put it? I mean, when we start losing different species and different animals and wildlife, we really do kind of screw ourselves over. I mean, you can start at food. They're a source of food. If you look at it that way, if you love eating hamburgers, well, if we lose cows, then what? Then what are you gonna eat? You know, Stuff like that. I mean, there was that whole mad cow craze not that long ago, right? That was like 10 years, like a decade ago or something like this, where all the cows, if, they keep spraying everything, vegetables. Well, so vegetables, they get sprayed with a lot of those crazy, pollutants and the bug killers, right? They get spritzed with all that stuff. Look at this guy. I just want to go home. Please, guys, let me just leave. Let's grow our own food. Yes, absolutely. I mean, certainly a lot of people are starting to take the organic route. Pesticides, that's what I was thinking of. They put a lot of pesticides, and they also give a lot of growth hormones and things like this to vegetables. And, farming, big government is taking over farming, and a lot of the corporations have just really taking over farms. It's really sad. You have families that are, relying upon their farms and everything, and then they just kind of have to sell out because they're not making enough money anymore. And also because of the pesticides that are just being used, and you basically wind up screwing up your crops, and then folks don't buy anything. Monsanto, oh yes. New Zealand? Oh, skull monkey. 98% of seeds? Get out of here. Oh no, I'm totally going to look into that. 98% of seeds for food? I mean, geez, 98%. I mean, I'm telling you, it's all kind of daffy what's happening. It's a big setup. It's a big setup. And we're all just supposed to be okay. They never really consult us. Imagine if they said, hey, listen, folks, does society mind if we just kind of wreck the Atlantic forest? You don't mind, do you? You don't mind if we just knock down all the trees, rip up the land? Because it'd be nice if there were like a hotel there. Oh, God, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, exactly. Like I mind, you mind, people mind. But that's the thing, it just continues. That happens all the time. It's this whole trick as though we're involved. You vote, oh, and we make a difference, but they're still going to do whatever the hell they want. And the problem is they don't really care. So that's But now, what do we do? Now we're left to rely upon ourselves, and that's really what we have to do, folks. I keep telling you, you just have to keep reading. You have to keep understanding what's happening, and it's all on ourselves. It really is. It's all on ourselves to take care of ourselves, and that means in every facet of life. Our insurance, exactly, self sufficiency. We just have to be self sufficient. We cannot rely on anyone for the help because they're just doing their own things. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Like, look at these guys getting ready to go to war. Ugh, good grief. Good grief. It's cray cray, please. But this Hong Kong thing is crazy with their live fishing. I mean, I don't know about that. That's just crazy. You sit down at a table and someone gives you a plate of octopus, some rare fish, but it's cultures, it's cultures. What are we supposed to do? Hopefully different cultures get the idea that we're not alone on this planet and that we need wildlife with us. Anyways, honey badgers, I'm out. I probably started this broadcast too late, so I'll try to do it earlier next time. See you later. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, just take what you want. Thank you so much for watching. Play some Genesis. Play some just, I could say day, you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Well, I could say day, you'd say night. You tell me it's black and I know that it's white. It's always a shame, just that's all. I could leave, but I won't go. It'll be easier, I know. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. Well, I could say day, you'd say night. You tell me it's black, I know that it's white. It's always the same, it's just a shame. That is all. Yes. What's another Genesis song? No, see, I keep thinking of hit that. It's what's his name? Playing solo, but that's not Genesis. Susudio is just what's his face solo. It's not Genesis. Sega Genesis. Oh, that Genesis. Ah, yes. Forgive me. I know I have to do the retro. Oh gosh, now I'm blushing. Oh, I'm so tired. Yes, I definitely have to do the more. I will be. I'll be playing some more Sega Genesis live on Honey Badger Retro Gaming. That will definitely be coming up. And thank you for reminding me because I do have some new games. I have some new games for Sega Genesis as well as Dreamcast. And that will be fun. But we really, really have to take care of our wildlife. This is absolutely insane. Please! It's so crazy. Look at these guys. Attention! Ooh, my stomach. Left, a left, a left, right, left. Ooh, should I join them? Nah, I think I'll leave. Ooh, fuck it. I will go. Hey guys, wait for me. Okay, take care, everyone.